Hi STAIR students! My name is Miss Asher, and this week I've got another writing video for you. If you think back to last week, what we did was we wrote a poem about ourselves. This week we're going to be doing the opposite. We're writing a poem about somebody else. So this type of poem is called a partner poem, and as you may have guessed, you'll need a partner to help you get started on this poem. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to find a partner. This can be a friend, or it can be someone in your family, like a brother or a sister, or a parent, or a cousin, or a grandparent, or really anybody who you can ask a couple of fun and easy questions to. So, once you've found your partner, you're ready to get started. You're going to do an interview where you ask your partner the questions that are listed in part 1 of your poem activity sheet. So I went ahead and did my interview before this video so that I would have the answers all ready for you. So I interviewed my good friend Shandy, and he answered these questions for me. So as we move along, I'm going to show you the questions, and I'm also going to tell you the answers that Shandy gave me so that you can get an idea of what sort of things your partner might tell you. So let's get started. The first question is, if you were an ice cream flavor, what would it be? Shandy said, cookies and cream. If you were a color, what would it be? Shandy said, blue. What does that color remind you of? Shandy said, the ocean. If you were a city, what would it be? He said, Los Angeles. If you were an animal, what would it be? He said, a raven, which is a type of bird. If you were a feeling, what would you be? Shandy said, curiosity. If you or your partner need help finding feeling words, you can look at the reference guide in your activity book, and there's a whole page that talks about feeling words. Next, I asked him, if you were an object, what would you be? He said, a chef's knife, which is a type of knife that you use to cut up ingredients when you're cooking. Lastly, you're going to ask, if you were a musical instrument, what would it be? Shandy said a cello, which is a really big violin. So, once you've asked those questions, you are all done with the first part of our poem activity. So, you can go ahead and thank your partner for their time, because you'll be able to do the rest of the activity without your partner. So, next you're going to move on to part 2, which is writing the first draft of your poem. All you're going to do is take the answers that your partner gave you in the section above and fill them into the blanks to write your first draft right here. So again, I will go ahead and show you what it looks like by putting the answers that I got from my friend into the boxes, and you can do the same with your answers. So the title of my poem says, My Friend Shandy. If Shandy were an ice cream flavor, he would be cookies and cream. If he were a color, he would be blue like the ocean. If he were a city, he would be Los Angeles. If he were an animal, he would be a raven. If he were a feeling, he would be curiosity. And if he were an object, he would be a chef's knife. And if he were a musical instrument, he would be a cello. All right, and once you have finished filling in those blanks, you are all done with the first draft of your poem. Next, you're going to flip your page over, and you're just going to fill in the same thing that you wrote in your rough draft, and you're going to fill it in your final draft. And then, once you've done that, you've finished writing your partner poem. And then, at the bottom of the page, there's a little activity where you can draw a picture of your partner. I drew a picture of my friend Shandy, and you can draw a picture of your partner. When you're done with your picture and your poem, make sure to show your partner, because I think they'll appreciate it. I know that Shandy certainly enjoyed seeing his picture drawn and seeing a poem written about him. All right, so once you've done with that, you are all finished with your partner poem. And until next week, you guys have a great week, and I will see you soon.